All right. Welcome, artists and art fans. Thank you guys for tuning into the spot where we talk to all your favorite Instagram artists about the trade, the tools, and we can't forget them tips, right, people? I am your host, the real Zim Zimma, and you guys are on Chatting with Zim, episode number 111. Today, guys, we got a special guest, returning guest. The last time he was on, it was about 11 months ago. He was on episode number 58. So if you guys go to Chatting with Zim and on the YouTubes, go to episode number 58. There's two parts. The first part's the interview. The second part is just a little walk, a little tour around the house, right? But it's pretty cool, man. Back again in the hot seat, we got Samuel H Dodson, or aka the talented Mr. D. If you guys been keeping up with my stories, then you guys know that not only did we do a couple collabs, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff as well going on. Shout out to everyone hopping into the room right now. No Kissy, what up? Lalo Figs, the talented Mr. D right there, and Secreton in the house. Hopefully all of y'all been having a great fucking week. It's Sunday. You guys know what time it is. Got to get these interviews, man. We got to talk to the guest in the hot seat today, the talented Mr. D. So let's go ahead and bring him into the mothership. If you guys haven't seen it, then we have two fucking awesome collabs that we did, and we'll speak more on this once I get them in here. Notorious Pez, what is up, brother? Well, shout out to Pez. Shout out to Monsters Art Clan. Before I show some of the collabs, make sure you guys are checking out Live with 7 and, of course, Monsters Art Clan here on the gram. That's how we do. What up?
What's up, Zim? How are you?
Not much. How we doing, Mr. D?
We're doing all right, man. We're doing all right. Things are looking up, so that's a good thing.
Sweet, man. I'm glad. First off, I'm glad I got time to talk to you again. And man, you just made it in perfect time for us to show right here. You know, show and tell.
Oh man, that looks so good. That looks so good. It's always fun to see what the other side of something looks like.
Yeah, I had to go and match you, man. You know what I mean? Try to match. It didn't really stick there, but we got it.
It looks good. It has the feeling of it is really, really awesome. I like that. I gotta do something like that. I didn't think of Pokemon, but like I think it came out good. It's hard to draw Pokemon, man.
Hell yeah. If anybody's a Pokemon lover, then yeah, please chime in on that one. You know, Pokemon, they're so easy, but yet so fucking hard, right?
Simple things.
The second one, man, it's I haven't really posted this down. I'm gonna leave that to you. I didn't find a great position, but there you go.
Take that position. It looks good that way.
You know, he had this whole thing arm here going on and filling up on Lucario. I was like, oh, dude, Greninja, stop.
Yeah. You said favorite Pokemon. Greninja. Greninja is definitely my favorite Pokemon.
You know, this guy's easily becoming one of my top ones.
Lucario.
Despite how he looks, he looks badass.
Lucario's dope. You did a good job, like matching that one too.
Yeah. Thank you, sir, man. It was dope, man. And then the background, I did the background kind of match it as well, you know.
Yeah. Would you use that?
Yeah. So the background was acrylics, and then we had alcohol markers on here.
That was tough. Because I think I gessoed the other side.
Yeah, you did.
So I know that was a pain in the butt for the alcohol markers.
Actually, this is a cutout. I cut it out.
You did
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. It's always good, like to understand. It doesn't look like it either. That's good.
There you go. Catch them all, baby.
Those are tight. I can't wait to see that in person. That one's nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that to you sometime this week, along with some other goodies, man. And you know how we roll.
All right, dude. Did you get the goodie that I tucked in to give away?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There's man, my room right now, my desk is a mess. I know I have the original envelope inside here, but everything else is scattered. And I know I have them here somewhere, but I had to get these main two to show off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, do with it as you will. It's fun to give some stuff away sometimes.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. Always blessed on that aspect. From you and from others, man, from all these talented artists out there, man. So it's a wonderful thing. And how's your week been? How's your month? How's your year?
The week is good. The week has been very good. I am on summer vacation. So we're in the middle, kind of like we just passed the middle of our summer vacation. We have about 3 more weeks to go. So that's good. So the month has obviously it's been pretty good. There've been some like real life family things that probably have been tough, but for the most part it's been good. And then like everybody else, the year's just been crazy.
Yeah.
Like as a teacher, the year has definitely been very, very crazy. And like everyone else, I'm sure that like we're looking forward to just like moving on and hopefully like things getting more normal for everybody.
Word up, man. It's yeah, man. It's been a crap show since last year, right?
Yeah,
And
it really
yeah,
has.
a lot of stuff has happened on my end as well this year. It's been a very tragic year so far
Yeah,
for me. Yeah, but you know, we day by day, man. Right?
that's what I say. I always talk to people about like how important art is to like you don't have to be really good at it or doing crazy stuff. Just like doing it as is a good escape and a good way to like go into something that you have like complete control over. So that's always fun. And then doing stickers and sending them to people and having people send you stuff. Like it's a great I don't know. It's like a great oasis when things can be kind of tough. So I think that's really cool that people still are like trading and doing fun stuff like that in the midst of all of this.
You know what? And that's a great segue to get into started on this whole combo here, man. Not only that, I've seen a lot of these, you know, just more artist to artist lives that I've been seeing on Instagram from
Yeah,
people, and that is really cool, man. Just how the whole community just comes in, and you know, everybody knows each other.
yeah,
It's so badass, bro.
yeah. It's been real cool. I think during COVID, I mean, some of us like stopped sending stuff for a while because you know the post office is crazy. But
Oh
like
yeah.
it's I think you got the people who you knew like before all this stuff happened. You got to know like more. Like there's been more interactions with us on Instagram. Not always posting stuff, just like messaging and like supporting each other, checking in on people. That's been kind of cool to get like check-ins from other people or people wanting you to send them some artwork for people in their family and stuff like that. So it's been a really cool thing. I think it's a great community. It's all, which is probably why I continue to like draw stuff.
No, word up. And just a reminder for everybody else, we are with the talented Mr. D. Make sure you guys following them here, as well as the Etsy shop, man. It's still going.
It's still going. That's probably what I'll do like in this next couple of weeks is get stuff that I have up on the Etsy store. I think it's a good because people are always asking me. People don't realize how much work Etsy is. Like Etsy's a lot of
Oh
work.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
those and probably this week that's what I'll do is get stuff up on the Etsy store. I'm gonna do another like big run of stickers with RX skulls to do some stuff. People really like the recent Crazy for Gray like run he did, so I'm gonna do a bunch of designs and that. But that'll be a while. But I'll get some of the stuff I have up there now.
Sweet, sweet. And if anybody in the room has questions, please feel free to drop them down there in the question box or question mark bubble. That way we could share with the room. Um, at any point, I don't mind. You know, it's something new I'm trying to do here.
Yeah, those are
But
my
yeah, man. So it's you know a little bit's changed here during the show, man. I usually love doing something new, which is called the favorites game, right at the beginning. That way we get to know a little bit more about you, man, some of your favorite stuff. And I got a laundry list here. So, let's go ahead and start this off, man.
The favorites game. So
Favorite,
what kind of favorites? That's fun.
man, we are about to ask some very personal questions here, man.
Okay.
Be ready for it.
All
You
right.
know? No, it's not too personal. Not like that, man. But um, le- let's just go for it, man. Let's start off with your favorite food.
My favorite food. I mean, I have so many food restrictions. So my favorite food is pho because it's pho is kind of like a Vietnamese like soup. Uh
Okay.
it's super healthy and like you can eat a bunch of it and like not feel bad. And it tastes
Right.
amazing. That's what and it doesn't like upset any of the like digestional issues that we have in our family. So we eat a lot of pho around here. I love some pho.
Man, that is the first time I heard that answer. So that's
Yeah,
what's up.
I'm bougie.
Uh, right, right. Favorite music.
My favorite music is it's weird. I like hip hop a lot, and it's probably my favorite. But I'm older, so the kind of hip hop I kind of like Chance the Rapper. People who
Okay.
like pop that is like authentic to their own experiences. But like he's a family man now, so he talks about his family and like life stages and stuff like that. So kind of like hip hop like that. I like him. But I have a wide array of things on my playlist. I like a lot of funk music too when I'm drawing.
Word, word. Shout out to Della News. That's the baby bro right there. Uh, Favorite type of car.
My favorite type of car is a Shelby Cobra.
Shelby Cobra.
But yeah, I like a
Mm,
Cobra. Old school muscle car. It's a nice car.
man, there you go. That's a great choice. I like that. Favorite comic title.
My favorite comic title. Like like I I'm assuming like character? Is that what you mean by title?
Um, yeah, you could say character. Like for example, like if you're gonna say Spider-Man, maybe there's spectacular, there's the amazing.
Oh Lord, that's super specific. Yeah. I'm not as specific because I didn't read comics growing up. I like would look at them for the art.
Okay, word up.
Favorite is gonna be I can't remember. There's like first of all, my favorite Thanos. But like there's a series that there's like a storyline that I like. I can't remember the name of it. He has his own like compendium book about this storyline, and I can't remember the name of it. But like definitely Thanos. I like villains.
Heck yeah, there you go.
Galactus and
My
Thanos favorite.
Galactus and Thanos.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, I do action figures, bro. There is a Marvel Legends Galactus that they're trying to do this fundraiser for. And that
Yeah.
thing is about 3 feet tall, bro. That looks
It
insane.
articulates, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
there's over 70 points. So
yeah. He just sent it to me yesterday because we collect statues. Which
okay.
in the last time we got together, I showed some of them. Yeah, he collects statues, but he really, really wants that
I
Galactus
get
figure.
back to Yeah, dude, that's crazy, man. Um, do you believe in ghosts?
Do I believe in ghosts? Yes. Yeah,
Uh, do you believe in UFOs?
yeah. I believe in aliens. I mean, yeah, for sure. There's other people. There's other things out in the world that are like not human things, for sure.
Have you ever seen one or the other?
Have I? I've never seen like a UFO. At least I don't think so. I think like most people. What's up, fertile? Like most people, I think I
Word
spirits for sure.
word
For
up, word up. Favorite medium?
my favorite that's not a that's I don't have a favorite medium. I'm actually really inspired by mediums. That's where I get my inspiration from. So like sometimes I like to use watercolor. Sometimes I like to use marker. I guess if I had to pick a favorite, it would be like it would probably either be pencil or oil pastel. I like stuff that you can touch while you're making artwork.
Okay.
Like I like the feeling that you made something in your hands, kind of like a pottery feel, but with drawing. So I like that
Okay.
charcoal and oil pastel and regular pastel. That's what I like about it, the texture, like the way that it feels.
Yeah, yeah, word up, man. You're big on texture, dude. That's something
I,
I noticed. Yeah, man.
I
So,
love I love sending people artwork and like you thinking that it's one way, and then when you get it, you like touch
oh
it.
yeah,
Like when you
oh
go
yeah,
to him, you can't touch stuff. But when you get art from other people, you should be able to touch it. Like it should have a dimension that's different than when you look at it.
yeah. For anybody who's in the room, if you guys haven't traded or bought anything from Mr. D, man, his stickers they do have texture, and it puts that little extra oomph into it. You know what I mean? So it makes it stand out, man. So that's badass.
Yeah, that's what I like about that Pikachu one that you did. It like has a real like I can see the texture even though I don't like see it in person, and that's what I was really surprised by.
Yeah.
I was really
That,
surprised by.
that's that acrylic in there, man. So
It's a mix of, like that's what is different about today's artwork that was different like from masters mastered like one medium, and like today people are putting together like mediums, multiple mediums in one thing, and that's so cool.
oh,
I
oh
took
man, he took one he wanted from Phalo, huh?
I know which one it was too. I already know which one it was. It's the one hanging up in the museum in my house. It's
Oh snap!
the
There
Deadpool.
you go.
I bet it is. I know what it is. I don't have I don't have many from Thaler. I have like four. I have like a Lauren Hill, I think, uh Basquiat, and I have that Lauren Hill, Basquiat. I got like one more, and then that might not be him. That might be. Oh yeah, he said it was. It was the Deadpool. But the
Yeah.
Deadpool was you, wasn't it, Zim? The
Uh,
Deadpool. I think that was it. Was Deadpool and Spider Man like in a
no,
run?
that was him. He did he did a cool this was last year sometime when
Yeah,
we had like them battles. He did a
yeah,
Deadpool and Spider-Man in like the 80s
yeah, yeah,
with like
yeah.
a Run DMC outfit. Yeah, that was him. That was Phalo.
yeah.
That was hot though. That was badass. I ain't gonna
Oh,
lie.
oh man. That's tough. That's tough. I believe the art ends up where it's supposed to be. So it might end up with you. It might
Hey,
end up with you if you really, really want it. Because I kind of have like a nice little, yeah. I have a little museum going. And I think
oh,
I think it should be like spread around. So like maybe it was with me for a year and a half, and maybe it'll be with somebody else who really, really
yeah,
wants.
there you go. It's meant to be loved. And
Yeah.
Joshua Kidd as well, man. He says he brought some snacks. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Oh, I like that. I like when people remember like pieces from back in the day, and they're like, man, that one that got away.
It's crazy, dude. It's funny, dude. It's funny you say that because it's not just that. It's the community itself, and the reason why I say that is I remember my brother Dylan News. He was asking me something, right? And he was all like, "Hey, do you know this one artist? He did this one piece that's like this and that." And I'm like, "Oh, that's such and such." And he's like, "How the hell do you remember all these names?" You know? So like, hey, man, it's what I do. It's what I don't get paid for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Now, if you want it, maybe we can work out. We can maybe work out something. But it wasn't free. I can tell you that. I will tell you that. We have to work out like an exact exchange of how much it was
Oh,
because he
dang.
didn't just separate from it for free.
I need a
Yeah,
Zim original.
that's
Cool.
too. My Zims are collabs. I like them, and I have a couple of yours. I got a couple of yours, and
Yeah,
some of
for
the other
sure.
people.
Yeah,
I,
I'll definitely send you something original when I'm not gonna tell you what though, but I'll send you some original, man. Your way. I know how much you paid. He says,
but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, man,
yeah.
that's crazy. So let's get back to your art, back to you, man, as an artist. Uh, I know in our past, you've been episode number 58 was the first time you came on, and you talked about being a teacher. Now that you got time on your hands, man, what is up? What are some new projects you're working on? Well, what are we gonna expect from the talented Mr. D here?
Well, I have a couple of like collabs that I'm working on. One is with Savage Henry. That was really
Ooh, dang.
that one's really cool. It's with me now. Like I have to just do the thing. Yeah, I'm art teacher. I love art teacher. What's up, Super Nice? That's the dude. It's a dude and our crew.
NES. Super
Yeah, so
NES.
I gotta do that. Yeah, Savage is really dope. He doesn't want me to share it like until it's done. So we still have a lot of work to do, and it's not a sticker. It
Oh,
is a 24 by 36 piece of artwork that we are working. He sent to me. I stretched it out for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and now I gotta work on it and then send it back to him. And then a collab with Everything's Our Canvas sent me his Loki, so I'm gonna add onto it. And a couple of packs because nowadays I like working on packs very specific for people. So I got to work on a return pack for Ruby, and then I just want to do some like record art. So
oh,
I think I showed you. I did this one, the Mewtwo.
oh, is that what that was?
Yeah, it's a record with
Dude,
the
I thought it was a I ain't gonna lie, bro. I thought it was just a round wooden block or something. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But now
no,
that it's a
it's a
record.
I'll probably post it later today with pictures of our other like Pokemon stuff. And I want to get a hold of. I have a record collection, but I need records that I'm not listening to.
Hmm,
So I want to do like a Charizard and a couple other things. So I want to do a lot of like just mixed medium.
nice.
The last pack I got was from Ruby Dooby, and she really inspires me because she just does what she wants, but works with a lot of like collage stuff. And so I just want to work with some collage stuff, some records, and do fun stuff. Like I think art
Nice.
should just be fun. Like that's what the summer
Yeah.
is for. It's for playing with art, playing around, and doing the stuff that like you don't have time to do on a regular day.
Hey, welcome, Meteor. How you doing? No, yeah, I totally agree with that statement, man. It's if it wasn't for art, man, I'd probably be crazy.
Crazy.
Not
Yeah,
that I'm not now, but you know.
yeah, man. I mean, sometimes art make people crazy, but just I would say nowadays I just like doing stuff that's kind of fun, something that hits your head. A lot of collage stuff on top of like drawing and artwork, but just things maybe that people haven't seen. I think that's what's really fun. Is trying to come up with something that like is a little unorthodox that other people just don't see all the time. Supernet says wife was yes.
Yeah.
He's a proof.
Wife.
I do something. I like
Nice.
graffiti. Every time I do something, I'm like Superness. How does this look? And he always says one thing: where are your highlights? Where are your highlights? And if I've drawn something, he's like, "Where's the waifu?" he's, he's definitely good people.
Yeah, and he has. That's what's up, man. For people that are not familiar with your work, how what are three words that describe your art, man?
Dude, that was texture. Texture would be one. I like Van Gogh, so like I like putting a lot of texture in artwork. Probably portraits. Portrait would be one because I like drawing people and like the way that they appear. I like drawing people. It's just so people portraits. And probably like contrast or composition. One of the I'm not sure. That's not. I don't know. Composition would probably be one. I'm an art teacher. I'm big on composition, so it's important to me how things are laid out.
On
Make good use of the space that's there. Like I could not draw on stickers; it'd be much easier because it's just paper. He said layers thick. But yeah, I like composition. I like texture. I like when people get something and there's like an unexpected thing to it. For me, that's texture. If it's not on stickers, I haven't done work in a long time that it hasn't been on stickers, but it would always be about like my family and people that are close to me. I love doing portraits of them. I'll probably start doing that at some point again. But I do love like slaps and stickers and the challenge that it brings out in people.
That is gorgeous piece right there, bro.
Yeah, the that one's really really nice. It took me a while to finish it.
That background is just everything is just thick with it.
I didn't want to screw up the whatchamacallit, the drawing. That so it sat around for like a year before I put the background on it. And then the background came out pretty good.
Oh, it came out awesome, dude. I mean, you could just see the texture here, man. You could just feel it. Look at that, man. That's
It's a
awesome, dude.
it's a really nice section. And that's a good contrast. That I found the ebony is like I think it's called the ebony pencil. It's like a super black pencil that you can use and it's water resistant.
Okay.
And I used it for the Biggie and for the Ariana for that not Ariana. I forget her name right now. But for that one.
This one's some nostalgia right here, man.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah, accomplishing this key SuperNet. Well, SuperNet sends me his stuff. I'm gonna have all three of these sharks, or if I'm finally gonna get to see them all together. Because in the crew, they have some of the collabs that we did that are cool, like the what do we do? It's Streets of Rage collab that we did together.
ooh, nice.
I think one of them has that one, and then we did Powerpuff. They always having me doing stuff like Streets of Rage. I'm familiar with Powerpuff. I've never seen in my life, but it was really
No,
to work on it, and that one came out really well. And then Street Sharks, I kind of remember Street Sharks, but not really. And that one came out really cool. So I like that. That was pushing me to like work on using graffiti because I'm better at it than I think I am. I just don't do it as often as I should.
okay, okay.
I like learning, and I like when people like put a challenge in front of me to have me learn like a new way of doing things. I think that's really fun about collabs.
Sweet.
Have encouraged me to do characters. So just doing more collabs and stuff.
You kind of broke out in the last second. What was that, man?
I was saying that it's fun to have people like give you new challenges.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I want to do this year is like just do more collab work with people and push myself like to do more graffiti, to do more like of the character work, in addition to just like the drawings that we end up doing from person to person. It's just fun to get something that someone started and to try to reimagine like how it should be finished, and to surprise both parties. Like I think that's fun, but it's also fun like the Savage one that we're working on. It's the most planning that I've ever done with like a collab, which is really cool to really talk about what you want to make together and to like send something back and forth and actually do it. That's crazy, but it's fun.
Yeah, that's really dope, man. And that's something that if for all you guys that do follow the show, it's something that I try to, express is that, try to hit up these collabs with
Yeah.
artists. You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
not just good opportunity to kind of like, hone in on your skills, but it's a great opportunity to meet other people of like minds, you know what I mean? And friendships come out of this stuff, man. So,
Yeah, they really
you know
do.
what I mean? Yeah, yeah, man. It's crazy, dude. It's if the art world is very cutthroat, right? But I think that this is one of the things that are one of the reasons why I stick around Instagram so much is because I love the community here. You know what I mean? I know TikTok's blowing up and y'all could start doing your little dances and whatnot, but the community is it's dope, man, and that's the reason why I stay here. So
Yeah,
gotta
me
love
too.
it,
I
man.
think that's the really important part of making of doing like stickers and graffiti trades and stuff like that that like I hope doesn't like go away or change because that was something that like it took a while to get into.
Now,
But
now,
now they
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Keep going.
no, I was just saying it takes a while sometimes to get into, but after you get into it, like you definitely should just like keep it going.
Word. And I wanted to speak on because it's easier said than done, right? It's something that I mean, not everybody has that like social skills, especially artists. We're very antisocial, kind of, you know what I mean? And so, how do you go about doing collabs, man? Do people reach out to you? Do you reach out to them? What are some of the first steps that maybe we could help out others with? You know what I mean?
Oh man, everybody's different. Like everyone's different. I say you're gonna have to, you should probably be following someone that you want to do a collab with. You should probably
Real-
have. It's rare. Is it gonna work in like a cold call situation? Like you've never seen any of their, you haven't seen much of their work, or
Yeah,
commented on much of their stuff, or just even said hello. And so it's generally good if it's someone that you've been following for a while, or maybe you saw something that you really liked that they did. You're probably going to end up sending them like a DM and being like, "Hey, uh, I really like your work. Would you be interested in like collabing on something?" And then they'll either say no because they're busy, or they'll say yes. But everyone's different. Some people are like, "Yeah, I'll send you something." And that's it. They'll send you something and then they'll never see it again and you'll do something on it. And
yeah,
other people, like, they put little messages on them, like send back. So normally my rule of thumb is like, if you're going to collab with someone, a good thing to do is to offer like that you send two, one that they get to keep and one that you get to keep. Like that's always been kind of like traditional. Yep. Keep and send back. That's, you got to, if you're going to do a collab, obviously the big issue is who gets to keep it, right? So
yeah.
so you should definitely offer, if you're gonna do one, you should find like, I don't know, we did Pokemon, so I tried to figure out like your favorite Pokemon is Pikachu, so I did the one you get to keep with your favorite and the one that I get to keep with my favorite.
Nice.
So I would say start with there, and then if some people have like medium requirements, like they don't want to use paint, or they use or they use paint markers instead of alcohol markers. So you got to consider like the base of what you're creating to make sure that like people get to shine on whatever you do. How much space do you get to use? So those are all questions you get into once they say yes or no. But you just got to be a human and ask. Just ask
Yeah.
them. Send someone a DM and ask, like
Have
their stuff.
Yeah, yeah, I agree, man. Nothing to it but to do it, as they say. You know what I mean? That quote right there probably ages me a lot. So, uh, but Jesus Christ, where was I going with this? Um, have Have you run into any like bad incidents with collabs and stuff, or what not to do, or how not to do this?
Man, not with, because collabs generally, I know that a while ago when people probably first started trading stickers, it was very standard. Like you just send something as a collab. It's not as standard per se anymore. It's kind of like a next step thing. Like after you trade with someone the first time, maybe they'll ask you like a second time. So I haven't run into anything generally with collabs. The biggest thing is with trades. Sometimes you run into stuff with trades. Sometimes people won't send you something back. Or yeah, that's the biggest thing is like Super Nest has a rule about trading. You always send them stuff first. I don't
Right.
necessarily have a rule. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of really good artists have that rule. See you later. A lot of really good artists have that rule. Like some people, so you got to be real clear about your rules up front. Otherwise, yeah, you could have some bad interactions. That's probably the worst thing. Is like I sent something that took a whole bunch of time and I didn't get something back from someone. Or the worst is when the post office loses your shit. That's the worst one.
Oh, yeah.
That literally is the worst thing. Is when you work real hard on something and then it just gets lost. But
Damn.
that's not really. I ain't gonna throw no one under the bus because life things happen. But like, so nothing bad has ever happened with trades. I think more bad stuff happens with purchases sometimes.
There you go. Yeah, I would attest to that. Yeah, they do,
Yeah.
bro. In your art career, what has been the biggest failure, and what have you learned from it?
Oh man, the biggest failure. I mean, everything's a learning opportunity. So I would say, hmm, I don't know. I would say like at the beginning, if I had a different perspective, I would say the biggest failure would probably be like not having had like an art show or something like that.
Mm,
But like my perspective on it, I guess, is that everybody makes art for a different reason. So like and I would say that because I think a lot of people struggle with like notoriety, either on Instagram or like trying to get their work out there. But like for me, I like making art and I like sharing it with people and having people share their art with me. And I think that's something that I've come to realize like recently
mhm.
is I don't really make art for that reason. So it's a tension that I always have as to whether or not I want to like do art for like to put on like a show or something, or do it to like just share with people and have it be a point of conversation, get art from other people, send my art to other people and stuff like that. So that would probably be like it's a continual pull for me, I think. And I think the thing to pull from it is just like to stay true to the reason why you do it. And everything else will
Well,
work.
yeah, no, well said, man. It's and I love the fact that you brought up that point, because at the end of the day, it does depend on the artist.
Yeah.
I know I had conversations with some art friends, and they're out doing shows, and I want to do shows, right? Personally, and uh, I'm actually having the opportunity to do it, next month.
Yay.
But yeah, at the same time, just long story short, at the end of the day, it just depends on the artist's uh, path or their end goal, right? If you want to be a convention artist or if you want to get into comic books, then maybe hit up conventions. If you want to just get
Notoriety.
recognition, I guess, um, around the area, then hit up, like local art walks, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then there's those artists who, like yourself, who love art just for the sake of arting. You know what I mean? If that's a word. But
Yeah,
yeah, you're right. At the end of the day, it does depend on the individual artist and their art goals, right?
yeah, it's a tension. I mean, there is definitely a tension between it because the way that we were introduced to art at all times is probably through a museum or through art being up somewhere where you saw it as a kid. And so you can't help but define like how good of an artist you are by like your ability to put your art in a situation where it gets seen by other people. But what I think is also important for anyone who's like doing art is figuring it. You got to figure out like where, if you want to make money off of art, like where you're doing that. And for me, like I'm doing that like teaching. That's the thing that I do. Someone is paying me for what I know about art, what I'm able to like do to inspire the students that I teach, and to prepare them for like any art programs that they want to go into when they get older. And so for someone to tell me that like something that we did in class inspired them or has changed their life is probably more more impactful than any like piece of
Yeah.
artwork I'm going to create. And that's kind of cool for like any teenager to tell you that you did something well is a monumental task. So that's kind of cool.
Especially in today's age. So, you know
So
what I
yeah.
mean? Today's world, it's yeah, man. It's yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. That's got to be that's something money can buy right there ever. So, heck yeah, there is still time for that. NES. I wonder what he was referring to.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. let's see. What about who are some of your heroes, man? I know you mentioned that you love classical artists, but as far as heroes go, who are your favorite heroes?
It's funny. My kids always hear me say this, that like you know, there's like a line in Batman that you can die a hero or live long enough to
Oh
be
yeah,
a villain.
yeah,
I don't know.
love that.
Like my name is, I'm the Sam the fourth, right? And my son is the fifth. So like outside of my dad, like I don't really have too many. I have one person I think that I look up to who like didn't turn into some sort of like pariah before he died. And that was Nelson Mandela. Everybody else turned into kind of like not very good people. Like time has shown them to not be very good people. So at a young age, I learned to not really look up to people that you don't know. Like how can I look up to someone and call them anything important to my life if I don't know them? Like I only see parts of these people that they want me to see. So Nelson Mandela was probably like the only person, and I think it takes a whole bunch of like humanity to realize that someone treating you unjustly will have a more profound impact on the world than you being free, and to take that for any number of years. Like I think that's something as a human that like that deserves like commendation. But aside from my dad and that man, those are the only two people that I like really look up to, that I would like use the word hero for.
Okay.
And that's funny because we do that as a project in one of my art classes. So it's real interesting to see what people come up with, or who they come up with as like their personal heroes and the stories that they tell about them. But I always tell that story when I do it. So I'm always either drawing my dad or I'll do a Nelson Mandela portrait, because those are the only two people I think I would say that are like heroes.
Oh, word, man. Hey, man. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. Now, all we have to do is get away from this Mandela effect, though, right?
Yeah, I learned about that recently with a coworker. I didn't think it was a thing until like we took the test, and I was like, "Damn, it's a thing. That's a
Yeah,
weird
that's
thing.
crazy. It's
That's a
crazy.
weird thing."
You remember it? You remember any of that?
It's funny because we did the Pikachu and the Raichu thing, and I know that Pikachu was one of them, and it was like the question was like,
Yeah.
Pikachu have a black tail or not? And like
Yeah.
I remembered, I think I answered on the test that he did, and I don't think he does. He doesn't. But like it's just one of the things that you remember is true that might not be true.
You're like, man, am I going crazy?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them. You should look it up. There's some fun ones. It's like Rice Krispies. It's like how is it
Oh yeah, Fruit
spelled?
Loops,
Was it
Looney
spelled
Tunes.
Looney? Yeah, stuff like that. And I was like, oh man, like being smart doesn't actually help you on the man. It works against you on the Mandela effect. Like that's what really is really weird. Is so I was like, okay, it's a thing, it's a thing, it's a thing. My kids were like, watch you get them all wrong, and I was like, nah, I came in
Oh
second.
heck, no.
I didn't get them all. I got like half of them right.
What's up, Mary Toner and Mike Leastone? How you guys doing? Welcome to the show. Well, for everybody else who is just joining us, we are on with the talented Mr. D. You guys could find him here and go to etsy.com/shop/talented Mr. D for more awesome work. If you guys missed it, then we did a bunch of collabs. Well, not a bunch, just two really. That's one, and that is the other for all you Pokemon fans out there. Make sure you guys give them a follow. There we go.
Yeah,
Sorry, man, I have to, bro. I got to get better at doing this. But wait, there's more. Nah. So, also to the chat room, if you guys have any questions, please feel free. Especially use the whole little comment bubble down there, the question bubble. That way we could share with the rest of the room as we talk to Samuel, aka the talented Mr. D, right there. So that's what's up. Dude. when you're not creating right now, since it is your summer break, what are you up to, man?
Yeah, normally during the summer, I would say that I do a lot more artwork, but like we said, this year was kind of tough. So I'm a huge video game fan. It like ins it, it. You could probably see that's probably a huge inspiration for like what I do artistically. So I have he's 6 now, a 6-year-old son, and we have a game room. So that's what we've been doing this summer. I
Ooh.
taken the summer off, and like as much as I like games, I don't make a lot of time for them. Like especially since I've been a dad, but he's getting older and he really loves games, and so I just make time to sit down and like play them with him, and
Mm,
because I didn't realize like how many parents have like a view of games, and even if their kids like them and they let their kids play them, they don't like play them with their kids. So
mm.
that's probably the thing that we do most often. Like yesterday, I took him to GameStop for his first time ever, and he freaked out, and he loved it. And he got his first
Yeah,
game. You know, we buy games downloaded all the time. He has his own Switch Mini.
yeah,
So we download stuff all the time. But I thought it would be fun. You know, like when we were kids, we went to Toys R Us. And it was like the
yeah.
best trip of the month or whenever you went. So I took him to GameStop and he got Pokemon Shield and he'd been playing it. We had a game night last night. So like that's generally what I'm doing. If I'm not making a whole bunch of art, which I'll probably do in the next few weeks so before I go back, but like for a little while I just needed to decompress, and that's what I'll do. I'll play some games. We'll be playing games together, and that's for him it's like the most amazing thing in the world. He loves when he could just talk to me about the Pokemon that he caught or play a stick fight. Um, and he has his own like what is it, Twitch? He has his own like little Twitch
Mm.
that I set up, and just watching him like play and playing stuff with him is crazy, and I
Yeah,
like
no,
so that's a lot of the when I'm not like drawing or making stickers or doing stuff that relates to stickers, I'm just spending time with my family. I'm one of those people out that even with the like last 2 years and not really being able to go a terrible amount of places, I still love
yeah,
spending time with my family. It's like the best thing in the world.
no, that's what's up, man. You know, and I'm right there with you, bro. I'm that type of dude. I'd rather be at home with my fam than out and about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it creates kind of it's just a lot of memories and time that you can't get back. I'll miss that time. I miss not knowing what he's doing in school or being able to chill with him at the end of the day when school starts back up and he goes to school and I go to school. Like it'll be different. It'll be like it was before, but having had the experience of having more time with each other, so it'll be different.
For real. Mary says family is everything, man. Damn right. Well, we're talking about Fast Nine here. Family. You
Yeah,
know?
family is number one. Like I think the thing that people should definitely like. I love sharing stuff with people like on Instagram, but like my perspective now is that like whenever I get around to like making something, I'll put it there as opposed to like having to have something all the time.
Word. Uh, what about how do you I think I asked you this last time, but how do you get yourself in the mood, man? When you're getting ready to draw there, how do you set that mood?
I one of the people that I like as an artist is Chuck Close, and like I watched something that he said, and he said that like inspiration is for amateurs, and I'm not like I don't spend all my time like doing artwork, but I do realize that like if you're gonna be an artist, then like you can't only make artwork when you're inspired. Like you're gonna make like inspiration is a job. So like one thing I do know that I have to do is I have kind of have to stop playing video games to get in the mood to draw, because creating is different than like playing something that someone else has created, and my brain has to switch. So that's the first thing I'll do is stop playing so many games, and then just sit in this room and say that I'm going to draw something, like practice something. I'm going to start by practicing like shading or mixing some markers, or working on a collage, and then just committing to like a certain number of hours a day. Because if I do it for a certain number of hours a day, then I'm going to make something. It doesn't matter what, I'm going to make something. So that's generally what I'll do, is just like start creating a schedule for myself, like a work schedule, and then adhere to the work schedule. If I say that I need to be in the studio for 2 hours a day, then I'll start like putting together like plans for what to do in those 2 hours. So I'd say that's the first thing, is just we all have things that we do that replace our art time sometimes. And then when we want to do more art, we scale back on those other things. And then like I think any artist would probably say they just commit more time to it.
All right, word up.
And
Uh, uh huh.
I just say once you do that, everything kind of falls into place once you commit the time you need to it.
Oh, word. Great stuff. Hopefully, y'all are listening out there. Um, what about something I got into this year, which was digital art, man? Where is that? Where is that on your map?
You know, it's funny. I think I'm probably gonna take. Someone's asked me before, like things that I use to like teach myself stuff. So I'm probably gonna
Hmm.
do a Sketchy class. Sketchy has like an app, and they have different classes, and a couple of the artists use like digital stuff, because digital is like starting all over. It's like learning how to draw all over again. Like drawing doesn't really help you with digital stuff. You got to figure out how the digital stuff works. I used it a lot during COVID, because I used
Okay.
my like draw stuff for my classes. So I'm somewhat decent at it, but like not in the way of like creating really fully fledged like cool pieces of digital artwork. So it's something that I like want to use, but like I said, I like textures and layers of stuff, and like digital media isn't the best for that. So for me, I'll probably use it. I use it more for like when I'm doing stickers that I'm gonna have like printed.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
and I'll do like digital. I need to be I try to be proficient enough so that I can take artwork that I've made, throw it into Procreate, and then like add things that I need to add to it.
Ah,
Or if
yeah.
I'm
There you
going
go.
to do yeah, or if I'm going to do a silk screen, I use digital art to help my silk screen get set up. So like I figured out on my last stickers how to do grayscale. It was
Okay.
like driving me crazy. Like, how do you do grayscale in Procreate? And I figured out how to do grayscale. So like just knowing enough for me probably to use silkscreen, and photo, what's it, the photo silkscreen. I forget the name of it right now. But like for the most part, that's what I use it for. I may take a couple classes though to like play around with it a little bit more, because I think you started using it, and like your digital art is stepping up there. It's looking nice. I love looking at digital artwork and using it for very very specific like things. For me, for the most part right now, it's going to be like silkscreen stuff for me. But I still love doing stuff by hand.
Oh, word up, man. Is there anything that you want to touch on that maybe I haven't, or we haven't had the opportunity to bring it up yet?
I mean, we talked about it. I would just say that like I like the I think it's important worth noting that like there's a huge community like with artwork, particularly like with like stickers and people who are starting kind of like with street art stuff and then moving up. But like I think that it's really important to pay homage to like the community that you start there, and the community that we have is like as artists, uh and recognizing that, because that isn't it's not the same in like the art world. Like in the art world is different. It's different. Like there's a lot more competitiveness, because there's a different like the outcome there is like selling and money, and it's slightly different. So I would
Yeah.
say we've talked about it before. I really like the community that we have on Instagram. And I think that it's important that people continue to like nurture that, celebrate that, reach out to people, talk to people. Don't be afraid to like make stuff with other people, and to promote yourself if you want, if that's what you want out of Instagram, and to ask people to do that and to help you with it. But it kind of always boils down to like just realizing the importance and the impact of community. And I think like nowhere has that been shown to be more important than over the last couple of years. So I think that's something that we always end up talking about it and touching on it. And I think that's a really cool thing that people don't do enough of,
Mm.
like celebrating and actually talking about like how you've been able to maintain your show for like so long has a lot to do with the community and the relationships that you have with people and artists, and the relationships that we have with each other uh has a lot to do with like why we continue to make art.
Yeah, yeah, you know, you're definitely you hit the nail. You hit all the nails there. So you know what I mean. Great stuff. Hopefully everybody listening, man, is actually paying attention. So dropping these gems in there, man. Um, let's see. Favorite part of your process, your art process.
My favorite part of my favorite part of the art process, it's weird. My favorite part of the art process is there's probably like a select group of people who, when I'm working on something, I'll send them pictures in the DMs. Like there's a few people who, when I'm working on something, I need to know that it's coming out the way that I want. And so I'll send them like pictures, and they'll actually give you feedback. Like a lot of people, you send them a picture and they'll just be like, dope. And, but some people, you'll send them pictures and they'll give you like feedback. They'll be like, look, the eyes are messed up, or like
Mm.
you need highlights, or like you need to do this, or you need to do this. And like that's one of my favorite parts is like when I send someone something, and generally I'm sending it to them because I know that something's not quite right, but I can't figure it out myself.
Okay.
So having somebody give you like honest feedback on it, and then it coming out the way that you want, like that's the coolest part, because I'm not working in like a communal studio where like stuff is up and I can just like talk to somebody over some coffee. So it's generally like just dropping 5 or 10 pictures to like my closest trusted people, and like just getting feedback from them. That's really cool. Um, I love getting feedback and like learning new things and honing something to get it to be the way that I want it to. And so I really enjoy like getting honest feedback from people, and then being able to take that feedback and like fix something. That's probably like my favorite part, is seeing after that it starts to come together, and like getting that feedback and kind of seeing it come together is really cool.
Don't. No, says nice art. He was checking out your profile.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's definitely like enjoyable. It's nerve
Yeah.
wracking. It is nerve wracking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and it's all in all, I try to be satisfied with just about with everything that I like will share or put out. I don't like putting stuff out that I'm not satisfied with.
No word. And you know you spoke on just getting feedback from people from other artists. You know there's a couple that I also do the same thing with. You know, just to get their honest opinions. And as an artist, I know we that's the last thing we want to fucking hear. You know, it's like, hey, you messed up on this, or this looks a little funny. But it is something that we need for improvement, right?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
So, yeah, so if anybody's out there, if you're listening to this and you're thinking, well, I don't need anybody, then you pretty much this went over your head, man. Uh, I think no matter how good you are, that it's always well, I mean, I can't say that, right? Because you could be hella good, but maybe not need it. I don't know.
No,
I'm not
everybody,
there, so I can't really say it. I still
everybody.
suck.
They don't. What I like recently is I like seeing people like share their process,
Mm.
because you see a picture on Instagram and you're like, oh, that's really cool, and you think that like someone got it right the first time, or that they didn't get any feedback, or that it took them like an hour to do. Like, not that's not always. It's rarely the case, actually. Like, a lot of people will tell me, "Oh yeah, this is the fifth time I did that." I was like, "That's super helpful to know, because I just thought you did it right the first time, and I've been struggling with this thing
Oh, dang.
this like 5, 6, 7 times." So like, you don't always get that or have that understanding on Instagram, and like, I think more artists should do that. I do it with my pen drawings a lot, because people think that like when they see something that it didn't take a long time, and like especially with pen, that stuff takes like hours and hours to do. So it's really helpful when other artists like commit to doing that, when they say like how long it took them to do something, or tell a little story about like how it got to that point.
Oh, that's what's up. Any tips for artists, man? Just in general, anything you want to share that maybe has helped you?
I mean, the thing that has helped me, because I say it to the students that I teach all the time, and some of them are like super talented. It's just that like everybody's art is different, and they always are like, what they used to be like when they were in middle school. They would always ask like, "Can you draw this?" or "Is this person better than this person?" And I would slowly start to show them that like everybody's just different. There's not like a better or a worse. They're just different. Like, if you're gonna try to compare your work to other people, like, it'll take you less than a minute to find someone on Instagram whose work is better than yours. If you have that way of thinking. Like, I like to draw in pen. I can spend less than a minute and find someone who's like a big pen art master. So if that's gonna be your barometer for determining whether you're a successful artist, then you are going to be very disappointed all the time.
For real.
Like, art is, and a lot of people, and then when, unless you talk to them, you won't know why they do certain things. But like, some people just do it like as a means for like not going crazy. So I would say the thing that most helped me is to realize that everyone's art is different. The things that I see in other people's art that I like end up wanting to collect are things that are very different in my own artwork. And a lot of people are very attracted to the things that I do in my artwork. And then that's when we end up exchanging stuff. And like, that's great. And you just realize with all the art that's always around me that like everybody's just different. And someone said to me one time, there's some artists I traded with recently. I was really amazed by their work. And they were like, we're in the same book, just on different pages. And I was like, that's really helpful, man. Thank you.
Yeah,
I was like, man, and you are really good. And he's like, nah, man, same book, different page. And I was like, that's really, really, it's such a small thing, but it resonates really loudly, is that we're all really good. The more comfortable that you get in the way that you do things, the better your art is going to end up being. So I would just say, like, yeah, admire people's stuff, like collect people's stuff, get stuff from other people, see it in person, touch it, understand it, and it'll help like provide new ways of doing things for yourself. But you'll also begin to understand that like the more art that you amass and see in front of you, it's just all different. That's the cool thing about it, is that it's everyone has their own unique like fingerprint with their artwork. And that's kind of helped me not go crazy looking at my own artwork, because I'm the type of person who would look at my own work and be like, man, this is some crap compared. Look at this thing. This is amazing. And then I look at mine, I'm like, okay. But yeah, I've come to realize that we're all just very different, and it's healthy.
oh yeah.
It's healthy because we're not. If we could all be in one building, it would be awesome. Like, we'd be vibing off each other, doing artwork, talking about.
Okay.
And Instagram is our way of doing that, but you got to talk to people so that you don't like just assume certain things. And when you talk to people, you get that feeling, and it's inspirational, and you want to learn. And then you realize that, you know, there are things to appreciate about your own work, and that other people appreciate those things too. And it's okay to appreciate the work that other people do. So I
Yeah.
would we're all very different. We all have our own fingerprint for it, and I think you should embrace that instead of like put yourself down for it.
Well, well. That being said, I think I'm gonna change the show from chatting with Zim to the Zim Mansion. You know, let's do that instead. You know, the art man. We'll put it the Artist Mansion. There we go.
I
All the
like that.
art under one roof.
That would be cool. That'd be really, it'd be really cool to find a way to get people together more in one space that
Yeah,
like
that'd be
are.
interesting. That'd be interesting. I know something like that happened with the what are they called? The YouTubers. There was at one point there was a bunch of YouTubers that eventually all ended up moving in together under one house, under one roof, and like all their channels, they all blew up. They were all in each other's channels, you know, and this was like Fuzi time around that area, around that time. You remember Fuzi?
I don't remember who's no.
Fuzi was some like Indian guy. He used to do a lot of pranks. There's one real famous one where he's like in a Mortal Kombat suit and he goes into an elevator, and as soon as the doors close, he starts going like, "Ooh," you know, and all the people start freaking out. But when he was like really big, you know, he went down a long time ago. But when he was really big, there was a bunch of other, you know, streamers and stuff like that who like I said, they went into the same household and things just got chaotic for
That
like
makes
YouTube. Yeah, man, it was epic though.
that makes sense. I mean, it's funny because like in the art
I,
world, agencies and people do, you know, people go places and they learn certain things. But I think there's definitely like a community of people on Instagram that do work, that do kind of similar work to the work that we do. And that would be cool. It would be cool to have some sort of event where people could come together, see each other in real time, draw, chill out, and like learn from each other. That would be kind of cool.
yeah, that you know what that does sound pretty cool, man. Reminds me of for all you graffiti artists out there, it reminds me of a writer's bench. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
that would be dope, man. That'd be awesome to see sometime.
yeah. I'm trying to. I had a lofty idea before the summer started, but I'm gonna try to do it before, either before we end up going back to school or just getting everything set up. Was at least here in the DMV area of having either a monthly or a quarterly or something, like a meeting at the house, having people over, drawing stickers, drawing stuff, talking about artwork. We did it a couple times a while back, and man, it was like the best part of like the day or month or whatever it was. It was really cool. And now that like people are opening up and they can go, you know, they can travel and safely like go to someone else's house. At least here, a lot of people are vaccinated and whatnot, which is a
Yeah.
completely discussion. But like that is they people have been like, yeah, I think that would be a good idea. We should do it. We should do it. We should do it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm definitely gonna get that set up at least before like September, and I'll share that on Instagram so people can kind of see like what comes out of it. But if people are like local or not local and they are like, man, I would want to come hang out with you all, then I'll definitely post something on Instagram because a lot of people locally have been. They're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's get together. Let's make some stuff. Let's trade some stickers and just like have a fun day. And I was like, yeah, we should do that.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. It's gonna be like the TED Talk of art, you know.
It'll be more of like a jam session.
Thalo says nothing will get done. He says people will just get high and talk about art.
No.
Guilty. So,
Yeah, that's kind of what happened when we did it before. There's a little of that, but we started something, but we didn't finish very
huh,
much. That is
there you
kind of hard to finish. Like, it's definitely hard to finish anything.
Well,
But
you got to enjoy the ride, man.
we did a lot of trading. That was fun. I think it was honestly. I think the best thing is just to start it off as like a trade spot. That's the best thing because one thing that people who like draw and make stickers and collect art and stuff like that, they got a lot of stuff from a lot of people and they just want to talk about it. So they bring it and they trade it and stuff like that, and that's really fun.
Man, that's so cool, dude. And I kind of wish I had more money. That way I could like rent out a building or something and make that happen. That'd be awesome, though. Maybe I should charge. Nah. It would have to be free.
You got space, man. Oh, we just use our garage. Take the cars out,
Right.
open the garage up, set the picnic table up in the garage, and just like chill out in there.
Gecko says getting high and talking art sounds like the important stuff would be getting done. Everyone's like, why the hell am I here again?
Yeah, I mean, the making part of art doesn't. It's like the last thing that people do. The last one that we had, yeah, they brought out their little books. They brought envelopes full of stuff that they had. We just looked at everything, traded everything. Oh man, we gotta make something. Oh yeah. Okay, we'll get something started.
That's cool, dude. That is giving me so many ideas, and even like throwing something at like a local park or something. Put a little, calling all artists meet or whatever, at this park. That would be something dope. Halo, we got to do something like that.
Yeah, man.
Um,
There's if you follow Sketch One on Instagram, they do something in Cali, like, or I think he's in Arizona, but they do like an art walk, but they also do like just like sessions, like book sessions where like people just come out and draw. They have like stuff everywhere. Sometimes they're selling stuff, but like they definitely pull together people a lot. And I'm like, man, that sounds like such a great idea. There's a bunch of them out there that are super close. Because when I got my book back, they had people from that I had no idea lived around there, but they
oh
come
dang.
down for the art walks that they have. So he had a book. He has a book now for me, and I have one for him that we're like filling out. But man, they must just maybe it's the weather or something. They get tons of people out, and they're always like having black book sessions and stuff like that. And I just realized that you're in the you're up in like
Chicago.
the Chicago area, and there's a Instagram feed there, the Slap Show, that does like a bunch of like sticker artists and stuff like that, and they have a couple of spaces that show work that are like more kind of like the work that we end up doing. And I was like, man, I wonder if Zim like ever hooks up with them.
No, I don't think I do. I want to say that Phalo does, because Phalo and I think Dizzy might, but I don't know. Phalo, if you're still in here, man, toss me a freaking bone, man.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. There's the Slap Show is really cool. It's just sad that the last couple of years, because of COVID, they haven't been able to do like the physical stuff. And then I think the Chicago Tribune. I'll chat you their like actual thing, but they have a street art like gallery like in their offices, and they're
Hmm.
always doing like street art people, and they're always like putting up whatever the show that they have in that space is like regularly. And I was like, I think Zim is in Chicago, and I looked at your envelope. I was like, this dude needs to hook up with these people.
I do, man. Honestly, it's just something about me last year, bro. Because I hung out with all the Monsters Art Clan people. We got three chapters. There's the East Coast, Midwest, and West Coast. So the West Coast guys are doing their thing. LA, all of these guys are doing art walks, and I'm like, what the hell's an art walk? Let me get into this, bro. And right when I was about to like start doing all of this, that's when COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I don't know how long this is gonna last. So, but but big news! I will be doing my first art festival August 28th in Aurora. So
Oh, that,
there it is, right there. I'm gonna get my foot through the door. put it in a little water, get a little wet in there, and you know.
That's gonna be cool.
Oh, that's gonna be super dope, man. To be honest with you, I don't care how I do in sales. The main reason I'm there is just to get the experience and to be honest with you, see if I could meet more people. People who own whatever shops or galleries, stuff like that. That's who I want to meet, man.
Yeah,
So
pulling people together. That's always. It's just so much good stuff comes out of when you're able to pull people together in the name of art.
yeah. And once again, for everybody joining us late, we're talking to the talented Mr. D. Man, can we find you anywhere else besides Instagram? Maybe I should have asked this at the beginning, bro. But
No, I mean I'm not the biggest. I'm a pretty private person. Like, I mean, I don't think my Facebook thing is like private or nothing, but it's just like me and my family. I don't do
yeah,
Twitter. Twitter's weird, and Instagram is just cool because you can like post your pictures and whatnot. So that's what I'll
cool.
do, post stuff. But I'm pretty open. So like we were talking about earlier, if people want to reach out and they want to do something or have something done, then generally speaking, it might take me a while, especially during the school year because I'm busy during the day. But like, you just drop a message. You want to trade something or you want to work on a project or something like that. I'm generally
Okay.
pretty up for most things. Like art for me is just it's just something that people should do and like have fun with. I always try to encourage people
Yeah,
and
yeah. Got that creative side in them going, them
yeah,
juices flowing.
yeah. I mean, my space is for me the most amazing thing is to be able to take like the love that I have and appreciation that I have for art and to like change my physical space. That's like
Mm.
my pride and joy is having people like come to my house and be able to like enjoy the art the same way that I enjoy art. Like that's there's no better thing in the world for me.
Awesome, man. And if you do end up having some sort of collab with the talented Mr. D during you know, the school year, you could always let them know. Just go ahead and fill all the kids and start working on your project, right? The
I
big
do.
ask for everybody.
It's one of the odd things. I guess it's not so odd. I think one of the best things I think that especially students who've been in my class know is I do a lot of. It's a very. I think it's a very traditional, mostly like a college art class because we start with a prompt and then they get going. And there are some people who like my freshmen need a lot more guidance and help, but like my juniors and seniors, I'm normally painting after about 20 minutes of me working with them, I'm painting. The best thing that you can do as an art teacher for your kids is to let them see you process. That's probably the best thing is to let them see you
Uh-huh.
like struggle with your ideas, see you begin a process, see you see a process through, ask them for their feedback on your work. Like it's to have your classroom be kind of like a working studio where you're working alongside other people if you
Mhm.
can, is like one of the best things that you can do for kids.
That's awesome. Uh, do have any has any one of your pupils have massive talent, dude? That you see them, it's like, oh man, this.
Those kids are super talented. I teach at an IB school, and my kids are massively talented. I gotta post this one of the students in my family, which is kind of like a homeroom. He has his own Instagram page. It's Watercolors for Wildlife. I will post it on my page because I gotta share the watercolor that I bought from him. He is one of the few students who like are actually there's two of them. I have to remember the second student, but he started painting in class and then started a what do you call it like a he started like a project where he taught himself how to watercolor and he paints animals and then donates the proceeds to different um to the nonprofits associated with the animals that he's painting,
Oh,
which is
okay, cool.
like, so he's learning like how to watercolor, and he's also like doing something that's important to him, and that's like raising money for the awareness of like different animals. and he's just massively talented. There's probably like 3 or 4 students who have their own Instagrams, and they're just talented.
He's
They every
doing it.
day they paint, they work, they put in the work, and it's kind of cool because for 3 of them, or two out of the 4 I've been teaching them since they've been in 6th grade. So it's kind of cool to see them just like blow up like
Man,
talent, put in so much
yeah,
work.
man. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
That's another one of them priceless things there. You know what I mean?
it's definitely awesome. It's really awesome to see people grow. They're like super shocked when they start. They're like their little thing, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm selling artwork." I'm like, "Send me your Instagram. I'll buy something." They're like, "What?" Like, yeah, if it's good, like if you're making some good work, I'm gonna buy something. Like, I like artwork, so it's cool for them. They're like, "Yeah, he bought some. A teacher bought some of my artwork." Like, yeah,
Hey, that's dope, man. You should post some of that stuff on your stories. Somebody like your students,
yeah.
or not them, but their artwork. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna. I remember. I had just remembered. I was going through because in this last few weeks, I want to clear out, like, how we all have storages of like work that as it comes in and stuff. And I remembered I got to frame this piece of artwork, but I'm just gonna take a picture of it and share his Instagram page because I mean, people. I like the one of the things I like that you all do is you like have like an artist to follow sometimes in your
Mm.
story. Just like start doing that, and I think I'm gonna do that with some of their work and other work that I end up with too.
Yeah, yeah, definitely do it, man. It's a great way. I either use artists to follow or artists to watch, whichever pops up first at the bottom. You know, when you're typing it, you know how they automatically pop up. I'm just like, I'm just too lazy. Whatever pops up first. But it's usually one or the other, man. So
Yeah,
you know, it's like my recommendations for everybody.
I like the yeah. I need to make sure that I do that. Is start having recommendations for people, and it means a lot to the people too. Like people I've interacted with for the longest time, but I never really even I share the work that they send me, but I also just can take the extra step of being like, here, you should follow this person. They make really amazing things.
Yeah, no, man. And if I wish I could do the I if man, okay, I'm getting lost for words here. I'm getting all tongue tied. But being in the position that I am, where I speak to various artists, it's just a lot more crazier for me to try to do that every single day. You know, I don't. I've seen Instagram people when they do their stories and they got like 30,000 different stories per day. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't want to bombard people. It's usually like, oh, okay, if I'm on it, because recently, there's been a long story short. There was a death in the family a couple months back, man, and it was my girl's mom, and she's just been super out of it, like everything, her just seeing her in in that mental state is just like it's crazy because she's a very tough girl. So
Mhm.
uh, yeah, man, it's I try. So when I get on, I usually get on. If I see something I like when I'm on here and there, boom, boom, share, share, share. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Just
mean, you don't know
that's what.
that. Like, I don't think because all the time, like when people do it to me, like when they share something, most of the time I'll send back like an emoji or a thank you or that's what's up. But I don't think that people understand that behind some of those comments, it means a lot actually. When someone is like,
Mm.
"Hey, this is something that so and so did. It's really, really cool. You should follow them." Like that's really cool that someone took a moment to like do something like that.
Oh
And I
yeah,
certainly have enough work to like do that with other people because I'm inspired. I'm incredibly inspired by everything that I have. If I have reached out to you and bought something, you can trust and believe that like I am like over the moon excited about the thing that I have purchased. Like I work really hard for my money. So if I'm
yeah,
buying
yeah.
someone, like I am excited like to reach out and get this thing. So definitely I think that's the perspective I would come from if I'm sharing something on Instagram. Is I'm just really excited about it. I think I find it kind
No,
of hard to like create a story where I don't get to say that. You know, there's not a lot of
yeah,
words. You know what I mean? So I think that's the only challenge is being able to like accurately convey that. But that's the perspective that I would come from when I share something like that. I'm terribly excited about all of the artists that I have like every day around me.
that's awesome, dude. Yeah, and it's just that energy, man. It's just spilling out of you, bro, and it's very contagious, dude. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
I wish more people had that love, that passion for the art like you do, man. It's pretty dope. And I'm pretty sure as artists we have it, but I'm speaking about just general people. You know what I mean?
yeah. I think I think that generally people are excited about artwork, but I mean, there's something about it that I absolutely love.
Sweet, sweet. And I think yeah, man, I think that's a great moment to pause here for next time, bro. And hopefully when do you go back to school, man?
We go back the 17th of August, so like a few weeks from now, like 3 weeks.
Oh,
We got
wow. Man, dude, that is super short, dude. When I was young, we used to go to school back in like September. Now
Yeah,
it's
I mean
August.
the students go back the last week of August, I want to say, like at the end of
Okay.
August. Like my son goes back in September, but like teachers, for us, we're kind of like in the middle of when teachers go back. A lot of teachers are going back after this week, like the beginning of August. So that would
Okay.
be way too short. But like August 17th, we go back. There's a week and a half where it's basically just teachers. It's not too bad. For teachers, we're gonna be doing like a lot of planning and whatnot, but for the most part, I'm teaching things that I have taught before, so it's not gonna be super stressful. Honestly,
All
like
right.
the summer, like kind of like you with real life stuff, the summer has been up until now has been stressful
Yeah,
because
it's
there's been just a lot of things that have happened in the summer because life doesn't stop just because you're in the summer. But yeah,
no dope. Yeah, man. The reason I'm asking, man, dude, if there's anything, if you want to come back on in like early September, man, before school really gets going, you know what I mean? We could schedule something, or if you ever want to draw, while we're live and just hang out and just have a nice draw session, hit
I
me up,
think that would
dude.
be good. That would we if you end up having like a draw session at some point, that would be good. And I think because I really want to commit myself to getting this thing done for Savage, I'll chat with him and see if I can get
Oh,
it done
word.
in the next couple of weeks, and then it gets back to him and he can get it done. That would be kind of a really cool thing to share with people and talk about it because I haven't worked that big and on something for a long time. So for someone, I don't know if people are familiar with him, but his artwork is absolutely incredible. It's very, very
It is.
detailed. Let me see if
It
I
is.
can do this. This is one of his things. So he does these really, really detailed drawings with like spray paint
Dang.
and pencil a lot of the time. And he also did like let's see if I can swing it around here. He also did this like seeing all my art stuff. He also did these this the Love and Hate, and then people probably saw the Black Panther.
Yeah.
So we're working on like a drawing together, and
And
so
that's
it'd be
dope.
really cool if we can get that done and kind of like talk about all the like process and stuff that went into like working on it together because he would be
You know,
someone.
if we only knew somebody who had maybe a show where both of you guys could come on and maybe talk about it, that would be dope, you know?
Yeah, I gotta. That's the challenge is seeing if I can get him to show his face,
Oh, you don't
or
have
at
to do
least
a face reveal, but
yeah,
I mean, talk to
or
him.
at least
That'll
hear
be
his
cool, man.
voice. I'm gonna
Yeah,
hit him up,
we
how
could definitely
comfortable
make it happen.
how comfortable he is with making any sort of an appearance, because I mean, it's just really cool. Like, it would be so interesting to talk about like all that process, because he
Yeah,
doesn't. You asked earlier about like how to collab and do stuff with people. He would probably be, when I first started like drawing and collecting and doing stuff, he was probably one of the people I never thought that I would ever have any communication with, because he's so freaking talented. And he's probably one of the people that I've traded with the most, and I have a lot of his work. He has a lot of my work, and to be working on something with someone like so talented is like, it would have blown my mind probably 5 or 7 years ago when I first started like reaching out to people.
dude, that's dope though. But I was joking, but at the same time being serious, man. Talk to him, and if you guys ever want, I could, whatever day is, well, whatever. Let's start talking to him. If he's open to the idea, it'd be cool. Have you guys both on now that we could do this whole four-way thing, so I could have two guests at the same time, man. It'd be awesome having you both on.
No,
Talk about it.
it would be awesome. Like, it would be awesome to talk about that piece, and also like perspective wise, just we've even he and I have never talked about like how we even got to know each
Mm.
other, because I'm sure we both have varying perspectives on it. Like, for me, he was someone that I was like, damn, he's super talented.
Yeah, there's a whole show out of that, man. You know what I mean? So that'd be dope though. But let's go ahead and just close this, man, in an hour and a half. It's pretty awesome time there, you know?
Yeah, it's for sure. It's been great chatting with you, chatting with Zim.
Chatting with Zen. Who's him?
It's been great chatting with Zim. I'm not sure who is still in the room because I can't see. But oh, Savage is here. He here.
Oh, there he is. Savage Henry. Hey, speak
He
of the
here.
devil. There you go. Maybe he heard it. If you're open to the idea, man,
He here. I remember.
I'm, I'm pretty sure I would love
He knows. He
to
knows I.
listen. So there
That's
we go,
all
man.
on him. He's a good dude.
Yeah, no,
So yeah,
super talented, man. And that right there, folks, that kind of brings it into a close, man. Samuel H. Dodson, aka the talented Mr. D. You could find him exclusively on the gram and also as an Etsy shop. Make sure you guys check it out. Etsy.com/shop/the talented Mr. D. It can't get easier than that.
nah, I can't get easier. Definitely hit
Uh,
me up. Like, I got some time. Anytime before, like, between now and September is probably easiest for me to do like
no,
collab work and working with people. So definitely,
dude,
I'm a pretty open person.
awesome, man. Honestly, I want to get a drawing session in with you, man. Just I would, just see your process, talk a little bit more, and just chill and draw. You know what I mean? Grab a beer or whatnot. It's fun with this tech. We could do it from the comfort of our own homes. But,
Yeah, that's cool. I'll send you a message to get some time set up, because I'll definitely be drawing more. And since I had all my COVID stuff set up, I still have like a camera and whatnot. I can a pod I can set up for my phone and hang over my desk and whatnot. So that'd be cool.
yeah. Let me know what your schedule looks like when you're free, and we'll go from there, man. You know what I mean? We'll definitely make it happen before the end of the month or the end of August. So
That sounds like a good idea.
sweet, man. So hey, thanks again, bro. Sam, so much, man. It's always a pleasure talking to you, bro. And like I said, you guys, some collabs in here in the house. Boom, for all you Pokemon lovers out there. Boom, there it is. Got to draw them all. Pokemon. You know how
I
the
like
song
that.
goes.
Got to draw them all.
You know what I mean? I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Except for Mr. D, he's the very best himself. So there you go. So without further ado, man, that's the end of the show, brother. Thanks again, man. Much love, bro. Much respect, and I will be sending these out to you, this week with some goodies in there. So keep an eye for that. I'll let you know. I'll send you the
All right,
info, the tracking.
that's cool. I'm looking forward
Sweet,
to it,
sweet,
man.
sweet, man. And dude, awesome time, bro. Always have a blast when I'm with you. So let's do this again.
All right,
Have
I'll be in
drawn.
touch, and definitely we'll do the drawing thing for the next one. That'll be fun.
Yeah, heck yeah. Let me write this down. There you go. Draw session. Boom, there it is. It's in the books. Now I can't lie about it.
I'm looking forward to it.
All
That
right,
makes
brother.
me that'll push me.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Likewise. So there you go. Say what's up to the fam, and yeah, man. Trust the process, as I always say. So,
All right,
and
then I'll
that's it,
talk to you
ladies and
guys soon.
gentlemen.
Thank you for
Sweet,
everybody who came in and hung out with us for today.
for sure on that, man. And that's it, guys. Once again, Samuel H. Dodson, the talented Mr. D. Find him on Etsy.com at the talented Mr. D. So make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you guys are just giving him a crazy ton of likes, a crazy ton of follows for all of you guys. For everyone that was in here, thank you very much. For everyone who stayed to the end, once again, thank you. I'm the Zim Zimma. You guys are on chatting with them. Make sure you guys are following me and subscribing on YouTube's. Check out Monsters Art Clan. Those are the homies, the art collective here, the artist collective on the gram. Make sure you guys check out not just Live with Seven, but we also got Dead and Laughing. Those are two other gentlemen from Monsters Art Clan. The Clowns, as we put them. They got their own little talk show. And of course, the Drawn Con Show for all you fans of Con Artists or Jason Drawn. Make sure you guys check them out. And that's it. It's been a blast. Any last parting words, Mr. D?
Peace out, people.
There you go. Peace out, guys. Till the next time. Love one another. Collab. Share. Trust the process. We're out. Peace out, guys.